Major announcement and reversal from the president. Offshore drilling will not be allowed off the Atlantic coast. Now, coastal opposition, including from here on Delmarva, may have been part of that decision. Good evening. I'm Paul Butler.
And I'm Todd Carley, in for Steve Hammond tonight. This is WBOC News at 6 o'clock. Protecting the Atlantic for future generations. That's what Interior Secretary Sally Jewell said of President Obama's decision today.
Yeah, it's a move cheered by environmentalists and one that reverses a proposal made last year. Now, in January of 2015, the Obama administration introduced a proposal that would have opened up sites off the Atlantic coast to oil drilling. That could have started in the year of 2021. Thousands of people in coastal communities, including right here on Delmarva, voiced opposition to that plan, citing environmental risk associated with oil drilling.
Obviously, this decision has major impacts here locally, and our Sussex County Bureau Chief, Evan Kozlov, joins us now live in Lewis. And Evan, Lewis's City Council was the first in Delaware to formally oppose that plan.
First, but definitely not the last. Following them was Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, Fenwick Island, even inland communities like Milton. Now leaders in these communities are obviously pretty happy about the decision.
Flip back the calendar to November of 2015 and you'll see people were pretty concerned about this beach in Lewis. They were worried about seismic testing and offshore drilling, which would be as close as 50 miles offshore, primarily for the way it would impact marine life and tourism. And so Town Council formally voted to oppose such a plan. Now, about 4 months later, they're celebrating as President Obama has taken the plan off the table. Mayor Ted Becker describes this as
a sigh of relief, feeling as though we had achieved what we set out to do. I do think we were heard, and I do think the president heard what the collective community had to say.
Meanwhile, a similar sentiment up and down the coastline. 106 communities, including 9 on Delmarva, voted in opposition. Matt Heim from the Assateague Coastal Trust has led the charge. He joined us just south of Dewey Beach, which passed its resolution in December.
The local opposition here on Delmarva, the 9 resolutions that were passed, the letters from the Chambers of Commerce, that all played a huge role in this decision.
Meanwhile, fast forward yet again to January when Rehoboth Beach joined the list. On Tuesday, Pepper and Tom Tully were on the boardwalk and say they're delighted about the decision.
We just don't want anything to cause any adverse impact on the environment. So we're for not offshore drilling.
So not everybody is on board with the president's decision nationwide, but at least along Delmarva's coastline, most town leaders are on board.
Now, I mentioned that 9 communities have voted in opposition here on Delmarva. Important to note that includes councils from every single state. Ocean City was the first one to pass a resolution last year. WBOC did reach out to them, but at this point, they're not available for comment. Reporting here in Sussex County, Evan Kozlov, WBOC News in Lewis.
All right, Evan, thank you very much.